good.
So you know those colors.
Yeah, that's the only one.
There you go. All right. It is the first edition of 2017 for Ryan's World, where we explore the universe of innovation. And I have with me today Ray Lord, who is like the top real estate agent out in Montauk. From what I understand, no one has sold more houses than you, not even 30 yet, which is incredible. And the name Ray Lord just sounds like royalty.
You're forgetting the third.
And the third in there too, Ray Lord the third, and you work with Douglas Elliman, and you're one of their top producers. And I mean, being under 30, being one of the top producers, how did that happen, Ray? Walk us through it, please.
All right, so the long short of it actually is total spontaneity, to be honest.
Okay, so what do you mean by spontaneity?
Left business school. I went to a state school in New York, in Geneseo. And
Okay.
just happened to go with a buddy of mine out to the Hamptons.
Yep.
This mythical place of the land of, playground of the rich and famous.
Yeah. It is a magical place if you've been there in the summertime. I don't know about the wintertime, but definitely the summertime.
The wintertime can be very nice.
Yeah.
But I went out with a buddy of mine, and he just said, "Hey, I'm going to this place called the Hamptons, and you should come with me. I'm going to interview for this job." And I said, "No." And it took a bit of convincing, and I ended up going out there.
Okay.
And wound up in a group interview for a job in real estate, which I had no plans of doing.
Okay, so you just no plans, just thought give it on a whim, went out there.
On a whim. Just
Okay.
went out there. And so once we were out there, he said, "All right, well, you're here. You might as well interview."
Right.
And I was like, "Damn it, I should have saw that coming." But
He's kind of working you over to get there, basically.
exactly.
Yeah.
So we were in this group interview and then individual interviews. And I remember it was Friday at 4:30 in the afternoon.
Okay.
And the guy said, "All right, well, I think you do well in real estate. Let me know if you're serious by Monday."
So you were in an interview on that Friday afternoon?
Yeah.
It's just, okay, and you just banter back and forth, and he's like, okay, you've got the job if you want it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I said, "Just call me by Monday and let me know."
Okay.
And then initially in my head, I said, "No," so goodbye.
It's another no. You're hard to work over, right?
So we actually drove back from
Okay.
the Hamptons to upstate New York, which is about 8 hours in total.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a long drive. So just talking through with a couple friends of mine, and made a call to my mother. And
Mom knows best.
a little bit. But I called him the next day, and I just said, "All right, I'm in." And that was in March of 11. And
Okay.
the end of May of that same year, I moved to the Hamptons and started working.
So how did you make that leap from, I'm definitely not doing this, I'm going to go talk to my mother, and then literally like 2 months later, you're out in the Hamptons selling real estate? What transpired to make you make that decision?
Lack of knowledge, I think, was actually
Ignorance is bliss, right?
it was the best thing of my life, I realized.
Okay. Yeah.
So a little backstory, in 2009, I had moved to Costa Rica.
Okay, we're just talking about Costa Rica.
Yeah.
That's
so
where my great tan is. It's not really that. I'm not really that tan, but go ahead.
You're pretty
Yeah.
tan.
For me, it's all relative. For Irish skin, yes. But go
Yeah, that's fair. So no, in 2009, I moved to Costa Rica
Okay.
on a whim.
Yep.
I had been working as a resident advisor for Geneseo, and they had placed me in a building. I told them if they did, I would leave.
So Geneseo that's like
A
a.
state school, so SUNY.
Okay. Oh, they placed you down there for.
They had placed me in a building that I didn't want to work in.
So you worked in the building, like managing the building?
As a RA, as a resident assistant.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
you're managing like the students in the building.
Oh, no, like an RA. Okay, I got it now.
Yeah.
Okay, like when you're in, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. RAs. Remember RAs from college. So yeah, got it.
A little
Okay.
while ago, you know.
Yeah. It's been a long time for me, but go ahead. Yeah.
So the RDs there, I just forewarned them. I said, "Listen, if you put me in a building that I'm not comfortable working in, I'm going to leave."
Right.
And they did. So I said goodbye. Within 2 months' notice, I had changed courses. I moved to Costa Rica in August of that year and didn't come back until just before the new year.
Okay.
So some of it is just sometimes the best things in life are the most spontaneous for me.
It
so,
seems like you do a lot of things spontaneously. Like
Yeah.
you on a whim, you're like you make a decision, and then you kind of just jump and you go with it.
yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
totally.
Cool.
So that's exactly what happened in March.
Okay.
I had no plans. I actually had a business plan for a business I was going to start upstate.
Okay, so you always had the entrepreneurial spirit, like you wanted to do something where you were running the show in some sort of
Yeah.
business. Okay.
Yeah. So I just said, you know what? I can put it on pause. I can start it again if I wanted to.
Yeah.
Why not? And I just moved. And
Yeah.
then in May of that year, I was licensed and everything. really started working full time in beginning of June. By the time you get licensed and you take the 2 course tests, etc.
Yeah.
So worked in June and then sold my first house in August.
Oh wow. So that's not a big turnaround time. I mean, you move pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then how did you become one of the top, literally like I think 1 or 2 of all real estate? I mean, it's a pretty competitive market out there.
It's a very competitive market.
So how did you, I mean, again, you're not even 30. How did you become one of the top real estate brokers in all of the Hamptons? What's your secret?
I don't think there's any secret other than, hard work. And
Yeah.
for me, I made a lot of phone calls. Like, I moved to a place I barely even knew what it was about.
Yeah, so now you knew the lay of the land. You didn't even know people to have the connections
Yeah.
to begin with. I mean, you went in cold.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I went in super cold. Didn't know. I knew the person I was working with, and that was it.
Right.
So I would just make phone calls to people and literally just say, hey, have you ever considered selling your house or want to sell it, rent it, anything? And
Yeah.
I just made a bunch of phone calls, and it was a connection I made with a guy who I sent a penny for his birthday. Because
Okay.
his birthday was right around the same time as mine. And
You sent him a penny for his birthday?
I sent him a penny for his birthday. So mine's the 21st of June, and his was the 22nd, I found out.
Okay.
So he has more money than God, so I decided, what do you get this guy? So I sent him a penny with his birth year on it.
That's a cool idea. There you go. That's smart marketing if I've ever heard it.
Yeah, it was just his birth year, and looking back, I don't know whether it was apparently it was a good thing, but I just wrote in a card, like, thinking of you on your birthday for something for like a guy who has everything, and just put the penny in there. I didn't even tape it, nothing. I just put it in.
Did he catch the eye? Did you put in there that, hey, this was your year of birth? Or did he already catch the drift? That's what you were.
He's super smart, so
Right.
I knew he would get it.
Okay.
And I've been trying to reach this guy on the phone
Right.
for 3 weeks, and I always missed him. He would never be there.
Right.
So I sent him this, and about 3 days later, he gave me a call.
He called you.
He called me.
That's smart marketing. I like that.
Which was-
Yeah.
And he always calls me under a block number, so I didn't know who it was at the time.
Right.
So I pick up the phone, and he went on for 20 minutes about how thoughtful and how happy he was.
So the guy had everything, and you sent him a penny, literally, and was talking about how thoughtful you were. So you're just going like that little extra mile, doing something a little more creative.
Out of the box, completely, because it was just thrown in the envelope. And he called me, and the most thing I remember of the whole conversation was the end, and he just said, I'm on the phone with him, and he says, I have to go, the White House is calling, and slams the phone down. And I was like, that's a win.
Yeah, that is a win, right? You talked to me for 20 minutes, and the only reason you even got off the phone is because the White House was calling, which is a pretty legitimate excuse to get off the phone.
Yeah.
You can't feel that bad about yourself. I'm just like, hey, I was the president now.
I was like, this is a win.
Yeah.
And then fast forward 2 months later, I dragged him out to the Hamptons.
Okay.
And it was the bottom of the market. In 2011 was the worst of the market.
Best time to buy out there.
Best time to buy.
Yeah.
He had cash. He was willing to buy something.
Okay.
So the first house I ever sold was $3 million, and I sold it to him.
Wow. Wow.
From a penny to $3 million.
And I guess for you, I mean, were you just able to basically extrapolate that out in terms of like, okay, this is how I'm going to market now. I'm going to do more creative things, or I mean, what did that spark? How you were going to market and how you're going to become one of the top brokers out there?
Yeah, for me, I learned a few different things. One, that people weren't making phone calls; people were relying on referrals. I walked into a market that had the mindset of, people will come to you.
Right. Which
changed on its head as time went on. And I work in a land of dinosaurs, to be honest. And that's totally, it just comes with the territory. So there's very few people that are under 30, especially in the industry.
Our industry is the same way, so I totally get that.
Yeah, and I walked into it at 21.
So you're 21 years old, and you landed your first deal for $3 million.
Well, that's when I turned 22.
Okay, 22. Excuse me, 22. So you're a dinosaur at this point.
So landed the deal at $3 million, and it was just one of those things where I didn't tell anyone in the office. No one really knew at all. Actually, I didn't want to say anything until.
Okay.
You don't want to say anything until you receive the check, right? There's something could happen.
Oh yeah. Don't jinx the deal before it happens. Just that's so true.
Yes.
Yeah. I had that same superstition. Sorry.
There was a hurricane that year too, and it was a guy's name like Ike or Ivan or something like that.
Okay.
And we ended up currying documents to beat the hurricane.
Oh wow.
Because we just wanted the deal to be in contract and done.
Yeah.
And then once we received it, it closed in September. And once we received the check, I handed all the paperwork into my office. They knew nothing about it.
So when it landed, it was like, oh my God, how this 22-year-old kid basically
100%.
just
Yeah.
land a huge deal.
Because in my office, initially when I came into my office, they
Right.
wouldn't let me park because of seniority. That's what I was told.
Did you get a parking spot after the $3 million deal? That's the real question.
Just no one bothered me after that.
Okay, cool,
Yeah.
cool. You're able to do your own thing. That's a pretty cool story.
It was pretty amazing, I must say.
Yeah, and now is it the same thing? Is it you're just doing tons of phone calls, or I mean, what is, what do you do today that's different, or has kept you at the top, or really gotten you to the top of your field?
I think it's evolved. So I have a team now. So my role has changed a little bit.
Okay.
I have a business partner, so I'm completely front of the house. And
Working on the business as opposed to in the business.
Yeah, on the business, and then really like marketing for the business, like a spokesman, pretty much.
So you just focus solely on the marketing, really just the face of
the team.
Yeah, and then you have a whole team that can do all the the paperwork, do all
Exactly.
everything else that you need done.
Paperwork, logistics of showings. I mean, there's a lot of times I'm not at showings. My team will handle it.
So you're way on the front end then. So other people
Yeah.
can actually be showing the properties as well. So
Yeah.
So completely leveraging everything.
Completely, yeah.
Yeah.
I've changed the model of like you have to be where your clients are. So
Okay.
I fly all over. I'll fly to LA if I need to. I'll go to Chicago. I
Cool.
was just in Miami, which we have offices there.
Okay.
So I will just be wherever people need me to be, or
Okay.
you make the connection. It's all about the connection. What I learned from that penny is people don't really care what you know. They care that you like them,
Yep.
and
When you like them, I like that.
and that you connect with them. And if you connect
Yeah.
with people, you can move mountains with them. It doesn't matter
Yeah.
about the technicalities. If you connect, you're golden.
You're golden. So and even now with all the I love this technology, all the other things, and especially I'm sure the prices are more transparent than ever.
Yeah.
But it
Most
still
of the
comes.
time, they know more than we do.
That's insight. Yeah.
It's total honesty, because what happens is you get so invested as a buyer that you're just very astute to the market.
You're learning all the details,
Yeah.
what the market is, what the prices are, but at the end of the day, still comes down to a good old fashioned human connection.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and that connection is what makes your deal. Like I said, the client sometimes knows more than you do.
Yeah.
Because we're bombarded with so many different things. People look at
Sure.
us as like the center of, what if they want a gardener, if they want a painter, like all of that network, and then you're focused on, making sure the house looks great for the public to see it, coordinating showings, coordinating a team. I mean, you have a million things coming at you, and the buyer has like Zillow notifications. They just
Right.
focus on one thing, and they want this house within this price range in this area, and they just know everything about it. So they come to you to make the deal happen and to make it seamless.
And that's a good point. Just having those ancillary services of you can do a lot of things around the sale of that house.
Yeah.
Which is huge. Yeah. It's a lot of value add that I imagine a lot of other brokers don't necessarily do.
Yeah, some of them you can't find, or they don't answer their phone. And for me, it's all about modality. Like if someone does not want to talk to me, fine, I'll text you or email you, or whatever you want. I'll send you a carrier pigeon.
Yeah.
Whatever your method of.
I only get messages by pigeon. So I like that. Well, that's cool. No, I mean, that's a lot of insight. And I want to take notes here too, because there's a lot of things I think in my own business. And just because we deal with entrepreneurs, we're in the financial services industry. As a young entrepreneur who's doing very, very well, what are your financial challenges? What do you find at your age? What are your fears? What are your concerns?
God, you fear everything at this age. I feel like in terms of finances, for me, what happened is, I was working as a server at Houston's, also known as Hillstone now.
Yeah, sure.
So
many mills there back in the day.
It's a great company, and I learned a lot there. But I went from working minimum wage to or whatever the wage was at the time. I don't even know.
Yeah.
Because then you get tips, so it doesn't matter. But then you get like money dumps, basically. Like you sell a house, and that sale is really work you did 3 months ago. It could be 4 months ago.
Yeah.
I just closed a deal that was 2 years ago. I mean,
it's all the work you did prior that when something comes to fruition, it's not because you've been working hard now. It's because if you're not working hard now, it's really that's going to screw you later. Yeah.
So the reason why I said not having the knowledge of real estate benefited me earlier is because you don't realize, like, you don't think about it. You just go into an industry with no healthcare, no consistent paycheck.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So when you get paid, you have to
a little bit of risk.
Yeah, you have to pay out taxes.
And
you set that aside, and you have to make sure your healthcare is covered. So financially it gets a little crazy sometimes, just because you're like, listen, I have 5 deals that are going to close, but they're 2 months later, and your bills don't just wait for
Oh,
you.
the budgeting is key because, right, you can't extrapolate out just because you had a great month. Yeah, next month could be like a 0 month, but if you haven't budgeted out what you're going to need for your overhead, that's huge.
Yeah.
It's a lot of responsibility.
Yeah, and then as you get bigger, like adding things out of marketing, like monthly bills of marketing, of Zillow, for example, Trulia before it was the same. All of those things, it starts to get a little bit of a headache, but then you get into a rhythm and you work it out.
Right. You kind of figure out what the ebbs and flows are.
Yeah. What
the cyclical nature is. Yeah, but it's a lot to juggle. Yeah.
It is.
We're getting close to running out of time. So you could just give us, on your entrepreneurial journey, you've had like a fantastic journey for such a young guy. One like piece of advice you could give to our viewers, just something that you've learned along the journey that's been really helpful to you. If you could give us one piece of wisdom.
One piece of wisdom, to go back to what I said earlier, the best piece of advice I have for everyone is just spontaneity is your best friend. It really just, if something seems too far-fetched, too crazy, just do it.
Jump anyway. Yeah.
Be okay to fail. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
I think.
And you're going to fail as an entrepreneur. Invariably, you're going to make mistakes. Like nothing's going to be a home run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
every time.
Even if you don't know anything about what you want to do it anyway, because you're going to learn so much, and you could change the industry.
Yeah, and then basically that's what you're doing out in the Hamptons. Yeah, that's awesome. Very cool. I have to say, three things that I learned from today are, first off, creative marketing, and I love that. Send that multimillionaire a penny on his birthday, and you're going to get a lot more traction than maybe sending something that's like some overblown gift. So smart marketing is great. I just love the idea of, you're right, spontaneity. Just take risks, try things. You're going to fail, but look at you. I mean, you landed from Costa Rica in Montauk.
A bit of a journey.
Yeah, a bit of a journey. Yeah, I mean I think that's really cool. And number 3. I just love the idea of connection, right? I mean, even today with all the modern technology we have, it still comes back to good old fashioned, your ability to connect with people and care about people. It really blows away all the other things out there. Never mind what technologies they have and everything else. Human connection is still the most important thing. So very cool.
Yeah.
So how can people reach you? If people need a place in the Hamptons, want to work with the expert, just if you could give us...
Yeah, the best way to reach you is really my email. It's rlord@elliman.com. And then from there, you can definitely find my mobile and everything, but it's the best way.
Cool. And email one more time for our viewers.
rlord, rlord@elliman.com.
Awesome. And just to say, if you, beginning of the year, we're going to offer as well, for any entrepreneurs out there listening, we're going to put together a full financial plan for you. If you click on the link below, sign up, and we'll help you get your finances in order and help you get planning for 2017. We're going to offer this for the next 2 weeks. So if you're interested in getting a full financial plan together, click the link below, and we'll set something up for you. Right, this has been awesome. I learned a lot, and it's a great way to start off 2017. Thanks for coming on Ryan's World.
Thank you.
It's amazing.
Thank you.
All right, brother.